Stop doing cardio if you want to build an aesthetic body. My name is Rio and I'm the founder of Polarity Fitness, where we help busy men transform their bodies with minimal time commitment. In this video, I'm going to tell you why cardio is killing your gains and what to do instead. So when I got into fitness, like most people, I believed that intensive cardio was the key to getting lean, losing weight, building an aesthetic body. So at the time, my fitness routine didn't even consist of weightlifting. It just consisted of various forms of cardio. So I would do high intensity interval training, I would use the elliptical machine, I would go on jogs, and I did that for about 3 months. And after the 3-month period, I weighed myself and I realized that I had actually gained weight. And that was one of the most frustrating things that I've ever experienced, because I was putting in so much time and effort into the cardio, and it basically had the opposite effect, where I was trying to lose weight but it actually caused me to gain weight, which blew my mind. And maybe that's something that you can also relate to. And so what I did next was I said, fuck this, like I'm not doing this cardio anymore. So I dropped the cardio out of my routine, and what happened literally blew me away. I actually started losing weight. And that's when I had the massive epiphany that what the cardio was doing was increasing my appetite, which caused me to consume more calories on a daily basis. So I would go on these runs, I would do the cardio sessions, I would come home and I would basically binge eat because the cardio was working up my appetite so much. And so I was in a net calorie surplus each week, which caused me to gain weight. And when I dropped the cardio out of my routine, I started losing weight because my appetite was lower, and that caused me to consume fewer calories, which kept me leaner. If you want to build an aesthetic body, that means having a great body composition. And having a great body composition means having a lot of muscle mass and little body fat. And intensive cardio is actually counterproductive for both of those things. So as we already touched on, doing a lot of intensive cardio works up your appetite, causing you to eat more, right? And that is counterproductive from the standpoint of trying to stay lean and consume fewer calories. But it also affects your strength training, which therefore affects your muscle building. So as natural lifters, we have limited adaptational reserves and resources. And if you're doing high intensity interval training, you're going for runs, you're doing 3 different sports, you're being spread too thin. Your energy and your resources are being spread throughout too many different activities, and your body is having to adapt to all those different activities. So if you want to make the fastest progress with your muscle building, you want to allocate as many of those limited adaptational reserves as possible into your strength training. If you're a busy guy in your 30s and 40s and want to transform your body with minimal time commitment, pick up the free Minimalist Muscle Building Masterclass. The link is in my description. So instead of intensive cardio, what you want to do is walk. So walking is by far the best form of cardio available to us as human beings. And the reason why it's so effective for building an incredible physique is for 2 reasons. First of all, it's going to help you induce a further calorie deficit, help you burn more calories, which is going to accelerate the fat loss process. And if you're bulking, it's going to help you prevent excess fat gain, but it does so without increasing your appetite, which is why it's so much more effective than other forms of intensive cardio. But where walking also shines is that it has no effect on your recovery, and it's not going to eat up your resources and your adaptational reserves because it's low intensity. So it's not going to interfere with your strength training, which is going to allow you to dump all of your focus, your energy, your resources into strength training, and therefore make the fastest rate of progress. So I often make this blanket statement that you should avoid doing intensive cardio at all costs, right? But what I mean when I say that is that you should avoid doing intensive cardio in an attempt to try and improve your physique. So if the activities that you love doing in your life involve intensive cardio, don't stop doing them, right? The whole message of Polarity Fitness is balance. It's being able to do the other things you love outside of the gym because you're not a fucking gym rat. And so keep doing the activities you love, even if they involve intensive cardio, because from my experience, it doesn't have that same effect in terms of increasing your appetite and interfering with your training when you're just doing the activity for the sake of doing it and having a good time, right? It's really when you're doing intensive cardio with that mindset of like, oh, this is going to improve my physique, that's when it has detrimental effects. So beyond the physical benefits of walking, you get many psychological benefits from it as well. And so if you can carve out a chunk of your day and go and walk in nature, you're going to notice a massive improvement in your mood and a decrease in your stress. And so I believe nature is the greatest mentor that we have available to us. And I believe as a society, we have become way too disconnected from nature. And I think honestly, society would be in a better place if we all spent more time in the forest and we reflected more on our lives. And that's really, for me, what my daily walks are. It's a time for me to deplug from my daily life and my routine, put my phone away, get off social media, and just reflect on things. And some of my biggest breakthroughs and realizations in my life have come when I've been on walks in the forest. And so I believe if there's one habit that you could cultivate in your life, I believe, taking a chunk of your day, take an hour to walk through nature every single day, I think that's one of the best things that you can do, not only for your physique, but for your mental health.